So here we are, 8th grade Earth Science. And what do you think Earth Science is anyway? What comes to mind? Well, it's probably pretty obvious. We're going to study about the Earth, but the Earth's a pretty big place. So what exactly does it mean to study about the Earth? I want you to think a minute about that, and in the margin of your paper, jot down a couple things about what you think we will exactly study about Earth Science this year. Earth Science is really 4 different areas of science rolled all into one. Maybe you got them all listed on your paper. We'll see how you did. As we go through the rest of the presentation, on your paper you're going to see a chart with the branches of Earth Science on the left and the events that we're going to be discussing about each of those kinds of science on the right. So here's where you're going to take notes about what you'll be seeing and listening to in the vodcast today. So the first science that we'll study about this year is called geology. Geology is the study of Earth's interior and surface. So here's where we talk about rocks and minerals and plate tectonics or the inside layers of the Earth. Anything that has to do with a solid part of the Earth would be considered geology. The second is astronomy, which studies the universe beyond Earth. So we're focusing more on stars, other planets, moons, everything beyond planet Earth. The third is meteorology, which is the study of Earth's atmosphere, which basically is going to include clouds, which you know is where weather and storms occur. And the fourth branch of Earth Science is called oceanography, which is the study of Earth's oceans. Everything from the chemistry of the ocean water to the life in the ocean to the shape of the ocean floor and how waves move across the ocean make up the study called oceanography. We can break down these branches of Earth Science and talk about an Earth Science event. An event is going to be an occurrence on Earth that causes something to change. When there's a catastrophic event, you know that there's a serious change or consequence that occurs as a result. You're going to be listing on your worksheet an event or two for each branch of Earth Science that we're going to be covering today. So we'll see if you can figure these out. These are some events for oceanography. Now you're not limited to include only these 2 events on your paper. You might start to trigger some thoughts of other events that would be considered oceanography. But here we have waves and a hurricane. Those are 2 events considered to be oceanography. Here are some events for meteorology. We have a thunderstorm, a tornado, or maybe even a blizzard. In astronomy, we might have an eclipse or maybe the birth of a new galaxy. And some events for geology, which you hear a lot about in the news, maybe a volcanic eruption or a catastrophic earthquake. Now, below your chart on your paper, where you should be taking notes as you listen to the vodcast, you're going to see that you need to list 2 activities performed by each of these scientists that we've talked about: geologists, astronomers, meteorologists, and oceanographers. Use your textbook on pages 16 and 17, where you will read a short little summary about each scientist and figure out what they do. So what is something that a geologist does in their job? Or what is something that an astronomer will do in their job? And these are the types of things that you will write down on your paper. If you have any questions, make sure you ask. That's what I'm here for. Read about The activities of an astronomer on page 17. Meteorologist in your book on page 17 also. Oceanographer on page 16. When you have finished, if you need to replay the vodcast, starting and stopping as many times as you need until you've got all the information written down on your paper. You can also refer to your textbook or ask questions if you need help. I hope you've learned about the 4 branches of Earth science: astronomy, geology, meteorology, and oceanography. And that should give you a glimpse into what exactly you'll be learning about this year as we study Earth science.